Alright, good morning everybody. Once again, this is Jason with JER Custom Designs. This video is specifically for the secondary air collar that I have developed for the Boss Laser all Gen 5 with the 20mm lens. The Gen 3 and 4s with the 18mm lens, I do not have anything for that. I am sorry, but that's what this is for. You can get it with just the collar, with the tension screw, and or with or without the air valve. I'll drop a link in the page to where you can find this and go from there if you want to or not. There is a video on there on YouTube and I believe on this page that that I've done that shows how to use this. But what was brought to my attention is I did not do a video on how to install it. I know I mixed it in there with another video somewhere of how to install it, but this video here is specifically for that. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Tag me so I know that I have a notification, because sometimes with my video posts, sometimes I don't get the notification unless you tag my name in it. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and show you how to do this. We'll switch over to the laser cam. Alright, so we have the Boss head as it sits. Now this secondary air collar is used for and with the let me get my thing up here. For and with the 2-inch lens mounted on the top as it comes from the factory from Boss. I think I shared the wrong video. And I did. Give me 1 second. I gotta share this out to the right pages. I think I shared it to I shared the old video, the video I just did a little bit ago, instead of this one. Let's see. All right, so bear with me. I'm just sharing this around my pages. I'm sorry I shared the wrong video. So here's the new video. If you're just checking in YouTube, I'm sorry I had you on here for a while before I realized that I had it on the wrong, I shared the wrong video. But now I've got everything shared out and to the right places. Again, okay, let's start over. This video is primarily for the Boss Lasers Gen 5. All the 14, 16, and 36 series machines. It is a secondary air collar. Alright, this allows you to, well, one, it allows for cooling of the nozzle. You got a big hole in the inside there that feeds air into the nozzle to keep debris out. It also is rounded, or you can see the little holes all the way around here. What this does is it creates a high pressure airstream that pushes everything out towards the back, which is this opening right here. So it hits the material and basically scoops it up, cools it down, and blows it out of the way to prevent the sap and tar and whatever else that's in the wood or the acrylic too. It works for acrylic, not as well as it does for wood. But again, this comes with just the collar and the tension screw, or you can get it with a pre-installed air valve that will hook right up to your existing tube. So there's a video out there showing how this works. I'm not going to show how it works on this one. This is just an install video So I apologize if you don't get to see that, but there is a video on YouTube on using the secondary air collar as well as on the Boss Laser page. So we're looking at here now, we're looking at the laser head, alright, and this is for, like I said, the Gen 5s with the 20 millimeter nozzle. I don't have any for the Gen 3 and 4 that have the 18 millimeter nozzles. This slips around your autofocus collar right here, and another reason why this is cut out in the back is to allow clearance so your autofocus still properly functions. It uses a 2-inch, it's meant for the 2-inch lens mounted on the top of the housing, as it comes directly from Boss that way, is the intention for this product. If you put the lens on the bottom, it'll also work with the 1.5 if you put the 1.5 inch lens on the bottom. So give me 1 second, I gotta answer this. Alright, I'm back. So if anybody has any questions during this, please feel free to ask away in the comment section. Again, if you do make a comment, please tag me, because sometimes I don't get notifications that someone's replied to this video in particularly. Yeah, I'll leave a link after the video, or here in a second. I'll drop a link in the, actually I'll do that right now. I'll drop a link in the page to where you can find this. If you have a 3D printer, you can also purchase the STL. It's a little bit cheaper, and you can print it yourself. You'll just have to get another air valve to put on your collar. So I'm pinning this up right now. And then I'm going to pin the comment so you can see it. Again, any questions, feel free to ask. Alright, so moving right along. First thing you're going to do is we're going to disconnect the air hose from the laser. I highly recommend that you leave your laser off when you're doing this, just to avoid any accidents. Alright, so the hose is off. Now we're going to just pinch it, and it should be able to unscrew. It shouldn't be in there very tight. Just be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to over tighten it, or strip anything out, or crossfit anything. Okay. So once your air valve comes out, you can just lay it aside because you're going to put it back in at some point later. Then what you're going to do is on the side here, you'll notice there's a hole. The hole is for this hole right here where your collar or your air valve just came off of it. And what it does, it allows a certain amount of air to go through the nozzle to keep it clean. So when you put this on, you want to put it on, and the easiest way to do it is just to put a mark above the hole with a Sharpie or something, so when you come back in, just put a mark on your collar itself. I haven't done that, but if need be, you can do it. Now when you put it on there, you got to stretch it apart just a little bit, because it's a nice snug fit, and it'll pop right into place and seat right on the top of, mine's a little worn out. But anyways, if you need to tighten it up, that's what this screw right here is for, is to actually tighten it if it becomes loose at any point, to keep it snug on there. But for the most part, it sits right down straight on there, and then you connect your air hose back up to it. Now you still have nozzle cooling, you still have full function of your autofocus. It goes up and down. When you first set your autofocus, you want to pull the sleeve up just a hair, about 5 millimeters or so, just enough to clear the tip of your nozzle. That way when you do your autofocus, the collar is not hitting it instead of the nozzle tip, so you get an accurate reading. But nonetheless, either way, it's still going to function just the same. And then once you've done your autofocus, then you just slide the collar back down, right even with the top of the autofocus ring here with the spring. And from that point, you're ready to go. Now again, when I run this at about 40 to 60 psi of pressure, and I mean, it may seem like a lot for engraving, and it is. Don't get me wrong, but I've after testing and trying to find out the best way to get this to function properly, or the way that I want it to, or the way it was designed to, I run 40 to 60 psi air through it. Like I said, it does two things. It clears the debris from your engraving, and also the hot molten sap and tar from the wood that you're using, or the acrylic. It helps to cool it and solidify it so it doesn't have a chance to settle back down on your material. If you watch the video that I got up about how to use it, or seeing it actually run, you'll notice a huge difference between just a regular air and using this collar. It will not, I don't guarantee that it will remove everything, but it is a significant decrease. And generally speaking, instead of having to remove a bunch of tar and sap that's melted around the edges, that real sticky stuff that's melted around the edges of your engraving, all you really have to do is you're wiping off the dust left behind. So there's not a whole lot of debris that's left behind when you're done. Now, with acrylic, it works the same way. It prevents the halo. Like if you don't have the acrylic masked off, it does help prevent any kind of ghosting, I guess if you will, around the edges of your engraving. I've had instances where it completely eliminated it, and I've had instances where it was just a faintly visible, to where you can actually use like a propane torch to reglaze it and make it go away. And like I said, I've had times where I haven't had to do a thing with it. So, but mainly it was designed for wood. It does work with acrylic as well. And to take it off, basically you just do everything in reverse. It's pretty simple. You just connect your air line, slide the collar down and off, and then what you got to do is put your air valve back on. Again, make sure you don't cross thread it. And it doesn't need to be very tight, just as long as that rubber seal makes good contact. Hook your hose back up, and now you're good to go. So, if you're interested in this, or if you got any questions about it, please let me know. I hope this helped those who are asking about a video on this. I apologize I didn't have one done sooner. I know I've talked about it in other videos, and I guess I just kind of assumed that it got around. But nonetheless, check us out on YouTube. Subscribe, ring the bell, get notifications when I have new stuff come out. I try to bring new content out every so often. Like and follow on Facebook under Tools and Jigs for Boss Lasers, or JER Custom Designs. Either way, check out the website jercustomdesigns.com. I left the link in the video to where you can actually go and look at this. And again, if you have a 3D printer, you can print one yourself. You can buy the STL off air, one-time use. It's not shareable, but you can download it and use it and print it yourself and just get another air valve for it. But anyways, I hope this helped those who are looking for some information about how to install this. If you have any questions, again, I know I repeat myself, but please feel free to ask. If you have any content that you'd like to provide, or any topics you'd like to provide to me to cover on this channel or this page, please feel free to do so. Contact me any way you feel necessary, through whatever link or messaging you want. I hope everybody has a good rest of your Thursday, and I won't be on here again the rest of the week, so I hope everybody has a good weekend, and we'll see you next time. And like always, laser like a boss.